try to understand this from Shraddha Asakti, and from Asakti going on, we cross this, and there we reach Rati. Rati is called the first stage before Bhav, reaching the stage of Bhav, just like a flower, when before it blossoms, what's happening? It's a bud. Yes. And thereafter, it slowly grows open. It slowly opens, and with a beautiful fragrance which is coming out, just with the air, one bumblebee comes and invites this bumblebee with a beautiful fragrance. And in this way, when a sadhak, a spiritual practitioner, is doing bhajan, in this way he gets the first notice of his spiritual swarup. It's not so easy. I will tell you one word and you listen another word, but it's very difficult. You have to practice it on your own. In unlimited births, in unlimited lives, from the mercy of a sadhu, listening Harikatha, then slowly, you will develop this greed. This greed develops. That what is my swarup, what is my eternal spiritual form? Just like Narad Rishi, that Harikatha, when he chanted this mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, by chanting this mantra in his heart, the fruit was Bhagavad Darshan. He had this desire how to have this darshan from Bhagavan. And then Utkanta, very enthusiastic feeling, this desire that what is this thing? And then he was very enthusiastic to achieve this. And after this, there's another stage, Abhis, that he wanted to know what is this swarup. Day and night he was thinking about this. This is called Atma Dhyan, Atma Chintan. After Atma Dhyan, it's called, the next stage is called Atma Chintan. Just like in this material body, we are always thinking of, I'm a man, I'm a woman. This is always our mood. It's not coming out. You're thinking this, we are this body. Mahaprabhu has told, but we cannot realize this. We think, oh, I am a man, I'm a woman. Mahaprabhu told, I'm not Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sannyasi or Brahmachari. I'm Das and Das of the Gopis' lotus feet. In this way, when a spiritual practitioner goes into the stage of Asakti, then Atma Dhyana Chinti, he thinks of his Atma. He meditates on his Atma, his soul. What is the meaning of Manorama? That in everybody's heart, there's one beautiful form, which, like, in this Sanskrit it's told, in this material body, how can you think of Atmaswarup? How can you think of this eternal soul inside? In different forms, in different ways, we have two types of alankar. First is bhav alankar, and the second is there are two types of alankar Gurudev describes, bhav alankar and another. There are different types of bhav, just like in this kirtan. The first is bhav alankar, and the second is the next stage. Alankar is like ornaments, and the jeev, it has like this beautiful form because it meditates on his atma, on his spiritual identity, spiritual form, and from the morning until the evening, he's always sinking into these thoughts. He meditates. He's in deep meditation. He wants to know, how can I achieve this? Can I achieve this by meditation? Oh yes. There's given one example that how like a worm, for example, that in Srimad Bhagavatam there's given one example that just like there's a worm or bee. Oh, just like one kind of insect, like mace. And yes, one kind of insect, small hornbee. This is like, what is he doing? He's like irritating, just small bites. He's very small, but he's going everywhere in the house, and what does he do? And he eats the cockroach. And there, what does he do? He's there, and he's making one sound with his wings. And there, and this other animal, this cockroach, is being very scared and is thinking, oh, maybe he wants to kill me. And he's thinking of this, and what happened by the cockroach? He's becoming. He's becoming, because he thinks of this, he's becoming in next life, he's becoming this other animal which wanted to kill him. In this way, when a sadhak is doing bhajan, then by causeless mercy, meditates on a spiritual form, then step by step he will realize this and have this true darshan. This is called Atma Dhyan, meditating on Atma. Just like in Srimad Bhagavatam, it's being this Puranjan, a male Jew-atma, is thinking of a Puranji, a female. And next, if you always meditate on a wife, then in the next life you will become a wife, a female. We see in this life that some take birth as men, some take birth as women. What is the cause behind this? This is the cause. Bharat Maharaj was thinking of a deer all the time. And what did he become in next life? Just like when someone meditates on something at the end of his life, when he leaves his body, the next life he will achieve that form. In this way, if a sadhak, spiritual practitioner, processes through all stages, by Guru's mercy, he can meditate on his atma, and some jhalak, some small, very brief vision will come. And this Nam, Roop, Guna, Lila from Bhagavan are manifesting. There are 5 types of dasa, Shravan dasa, Prem Sampati dasa. All the stages are manifesting, and slowly this sadhak, spiritual practitioner, is the spiritual form manifests. Just in asakti, the stage of asakti, then there's this abhas, this glimpse. And like in Rati, it's just a prakas, it's just like a first manifestation, but when entering in higher stages, it fully manifests. By previous, Gurudev has been asked one question, by previous samskar from previous lives, some pious activities from previous life, he gives one example that persons grow into stages of different kinds of serving. Lakshmi Narayan Seva, it's not that when someone does Lakshmi Narayan Seva that he becomes like this in this final stage. If someone does not yet come into the Asakti stage, then at the lower levels he's doing these things which suits him. In Mahaprabhu's line, those who have come in the line of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they have so much faith that they will go to Vrindavan. And Vaikuntha, Ayodhya, Dwarka, Mathura, they will cross all these, and for sure they will reach Golok Vrindavan. They have this firm faith. If somebody does not commit any aparat, which is the obstacle, and in this way, Mahaprabhu is giving this ultimate verse, Anarpati Chiram Chiram. This Sachidanand Gaurhari, from all like Brahmas, Devatas, deities, he's all giving them this prem through this holy name Sankirtan. Anarpita Chiram Charim Chirit. That person, like once in a day of Brahma, Mahaprabhu appears. And what is the meaning of ek from 1,000 Chatrayugs is one day of Brahma? And by his costless mercy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the same Krishna who came in Dwapar Yuga to do his lila, that same Krishna came as God Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Kali Yuga. And even the most sinful persons, he is delivering. Mahaprabhu is giving this kind of high level prem. And Krishna, in our granthas it's been written by Srila Gosvami Pad, that Sri Krishna and Krishna's avatars, that person who described their glories, Rupa Goswami Pad is describing this, that all the avatars, which are there, Nrsimha, Vatsya, Matsya, that Krishna, the prem which he gives, the very rare prem which Krishna only is giving, is very rare. But where does he give the most rare, the most intimate Braja prem? In which avatar he's giving this? There are many forms of Bhagavan's avatars, but Krishna, this Vaishishta, this very high prem, that all the creepers in Vrindavan, the prem which they are experiencing is Rup-madhurya, Venu-madhurya, lila-madhurya, Prema-madhurya, that how Vrindavan, all the birds, how they relish this prem. And Putana is being killed by Krishna and touches Krishna's body and gets a spiritual place as Mother Yashoda's Dasi, servant. But here it's being told in Vrindavan, when Krishna is performing his leelas, how he distributes his prem by his Rup Madhurya, his beautiful form, and how by beautiful words Krishna is distributing this prem. This Katha Gurudev Goswami Pad is giving in Srimad Bhagavatam in very beautiful form, with With beautiful words, he's describing all of this. But Rupa Goswami Pad is saying, this Krishna, he has given Prem. Where? In Vrindavan. Outside, not outside of Vrindavan. Outside Vrindavan, he did not give this Braja Prem. This is inside Vrindavan only. And the trees even there, who are immersed in this love, and from their eyes there are tears flowing down. And by touching the flowers, all the flowers in Vrindavan, they get this feeling. And they're saying, oh, these creepers which are there, you have to dance. And what are the creepers doing? They're going like this and this and this. They're dancing. And all these things are glorified by Srila Rupa Goswami Pad in a very beautiful way. And that in Vrindavan, even the birds are saying the shloka. Pranay Loki. By the beautiful glance that their hearts are being stolen, and how Krishna is distributing this prem, this pure love. All this is being glorified because the activities, the leelas of Govinda are very deep and transcendental, alokik. It's actually impossible to glorify this because it's transcendental things. How can we glorify this? Somebody can glorify this. We are not able to glorify Vrindavan Bhumi. Brahmaji is giving in the Brahma Samhita this beautiful form. He's glorifying this Vrindavan Dham. That how the trees and the creepers, how the gopas, gopis, cowherd boys and cowherd girls have all these beautiful forms. But here is also a consideration that Krishna has given in Vrindavan is prem. But everybody is premamai, the possessor of this prem. And if you give, so they already have this prem. So what is Krishna giving them? This is the question. If you give a hungry person something to eat, then he's taking this. In like this, if somebody's very hungry and there's a feast and you give them something to eat, then what is higher? Somebody who's not hungry and gets something to eat, and just like in your house, you have a big feast. You will invite your own people. You can invite very rich people, but your own people you invite. And you will feed. Yes. If you will feed the poor people, then they will accept us even more. This is the greatness. Because in Vrindavan, all the animals and all the birds there, they're immersed in this prem, in this pure love. And just like if you put oil in the hair already, if you put more oil, then how much oil it can take? Then what happens? If you have already oil in the hair, then you cannot put more. So if you have not oil on your body or hair, then you can put this. But where did Krishna had given this prem? In Vrindavan, but the consideration is giving. But all this creepers, trees, animals in Vrindavan already have this prem. Then how? This is not his greatness is given. His greatness is not given here. This Mahaprabhu has come as Radha Krishna combined with Radha Rani's complexion. And what did he do? He came on earth and gave everybody, all the animals. He did not make any consideration, any difference. He's like the most merciful. most merciful form, how did he distribute his prema? This is the Vashishtha. This is the highest. The glories are being given there. In this verse, so again, Gurudev is explaining the highest form is in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because that highest prem of Srimati Radhika, he's Ashwarami. He is tasting himself. He's tasting himself and he's distributing. He tastes himself and he is distributing. Gaur Goswami Maharaj, you seeing a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu deity, one hand up and one hand down. One hand up because he's tasting, he's relishing by this hand. If somebody is relishing, then his hand is up. And if he's giving, then his hand is down. Just here, take it. And in this way, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's being described, he's relishing himself and he's giving to all living entities. He's also relishing himself. And how sweet this has to be. Like, two types of people are making rasoi. Yes, they're making food. The first is Vaidhi Marga. The first Vaidhi Marga, they're not looking at, is there enough salt or not? They're not tasting this because they're saying, oh, this is for Bhagavan, so I cannot taste the food. This is Vaidhi Marga. They're following all the rules and regulations. Maybe they even forget to put salt. But still, then they say, oh, Thakurji will eat without salt. What to do? But Sanatana Goswami, so they're not Sanatana Goswami. That Thakurji came and said to Sanatana Goswami, oh, Sanatana Goswami, give me some salt. And the Radha Prasadam, they're making this food, they're preparing this prasadam, and they're tasting, oh, how sweet is this for Thakurji, because they were going to offer it to Bhagavan. This is sweet, this is from love. Just like a mother is taking care of their child and seeing a child as her own. This is Madhyanta Bhav, it's called. And the other is called Madhyanta Bhav is just like so blissful as just seeing as their own, very intimate. So much intimacy is coming. Seeing as their own, that no aparat is being taken. They're not thinking, oh, I'm eating this, then how can I offer to Thakurji? They're not thinking this. Why I'm saying this? Because the Brahmasis, they have so much love in their hearts, and Mahaprabhu is so merciful that he's giving all this prem to everybody. This is why it said, Anarpita Chirin Chirat. Samarpait, that in that group, in that form, which is tasting and giving simultaneously. And this Radhaji's prem, that Mahaprabhu is relishing, and that prem is distributing to all living entities by Mahaprabhu. And why? Because these living entities, they're actually not qualified to accept this highest prem. Just like you are making some kheer, sweet rice, and that kheer, you had there fell on the ground some grains, some ants will come and just take some parts, just one couple of rice, and then even when 10 ants are coming, they cannot finish even one grain of rice, because they can taste according their capability. So they can taste according what they can handle. But this Radhaji's prem, we cannot handle. With Mahaprabhu, that Krishna could not experience this, and that's why he came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what is he? He's relishing himself And Chaitanya Prabhu is also Vishaya Tattva, is Krishna. And he could not relish the highest. And he's the same prem which he's giving to jivas, the living entities, which is called Manjari Bhav. This is his most magnanimous, the highest thing which he's giving. And this Manjari Bhav Katha has not been given before by any acharyas, even Vidyapati, Chandidas. Today we heard about Jayadeva Goswami in Champakata, where Jayadeva Goswami was doing bhajan. And we had listened to this Harikatha, Gaur Gadadhar, very beautiful vigrahas was manifested there. We had darshan of this. And if people had listened to this katha, that how Jayadeva Goswami Pad, who is a very rasika Vaishnava, how did he manifest this Gita Govinda, this beautiful grantha, this book, this scripture, that who can glorify the scripture? Even Jagannath Dev himself, he could not live without he could not sleep one day without listening to this Gita Govinda. Even until today, if you go to Jagannath Puri, this Jagannath Dev, as a Devdasi, he's manifesting. And he's listening to this Gita Govinda Katha and the Kirtan. At the night, at evening time, at 9 o'clock in the evening, Thakurji will go to sleep, but when his sleeping time is coming from 9 to 10 or 9 to 11, at least 2 hours he's with this transcendental, it's like transcendental pastime, and these Devdasis are singing this Gita Govinda, and he's listening to this. Why I'm saying this? Because that Rasik Vaishnavas who has manifested this Gita Govinda and who are very dearmost to Thakurji. And Mahaprabhu, when he heard this Gita Govinda as a sannyasi, what happened? He was running after ladies. Why? Because Mahaprabhu, what did he in Gambhir at Tota Gopinath, he went there. We are going to Jagannath Puri to see Tota Gopinath, and Mahaprabhu went from Gambhira to Tota Gopinath, where Gadadhar Pandit was staying, and Gadadhar had given to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Bhagavad Gita. And on the way, there was a beautiful lady. How old? Like 14 years she was. And she was working with some flowers, she was doing some activities, and Gita Govinda, she was singing this Gita Govinda, this kirtan. And what happened, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he heard this kirtan, and what happened? He was thinking, oh, she's my Sakhi, and he was running after her. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was thinking, oh, I'm Srimati Radhika, and my Sakhi is glorifying Krishna's beautiful form so beautifully. And even there are also this Milan Katha, this union is coming in this Katha. And Mahaprabhu, his sevak, was running after him. Govinda, he was running. He said, Prabhu, wait. Mahaprabhu was running because he was thinking, this girl is my Sakhi. You're singing so beautifully this of my Pran Priyam Govinda, so beautifully you're glorifying him in this Gita Govinda. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in this bhav, he was immersed because he was thinking he was Srimati Radhika. He adopted this mood of Radhika and he ran after her. And Govinda, the sevak, was thinking, oh, this will become a problem. And Govinda thought, how will I stop Mahaprabhu? And what did he shout? He said, Stri, 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 a woman. And that time Mahaprabhu came, this three sabda, this three word came in his ears, and Mahaprabhu, he came back, he returned. And Mahaprabhu told, "Oh Govinda, you have saved my life today."
Mhm.
And why am I saying this? Because this Gita Govinda is very, this is very high level Ras Madhurya, very deep Madhurya, very sweet Grantha. And how did Mahaprabhu, even when hearing this, immerse in this? And not even this, even Jagannath-ji, at one time, in the Brahma Murta, one lady was in a bagija, in the garden, and she was picking the flowers. And this Gita Govinda Katha, she was doing kirtan. And at that time, when Jayadev Goswami had manifested this Gita Govinda, in every house, everybody was remembering this Gita Govinda. Just 500 years ago, at that time, at that time, now nowadays Sanskrit has become a dead language. But at that time, when Jayadev Goswami was here, at that time, everybody knew the Sanskrit language. And that lady, that small girl, she was picking flowers, eggplant. She was picking the eggplants from her garden. And there she was singing this, glorifying this Gita Govinda. And Jagannath Dev himself came out of the mandir and went to her to listen to this Gita Govinda. And at that time it was Brahma Murta. So Thakurji's Aarti was about to going to happen. And what did the Pujari see? He came, and what did he? He did the ghanta, and Thakurji, he jumped, and at once he came back because Jagannath Dev, he jumped when he came. At that time, his pitambar, his yellow cloth, what happened that by then that eggplant had thorns, and that yellow cloth of Jagannath had been stuck there and stayed there, and some of his ornaments stayed there. And Thakurji very quickly he came and sit at his singhasan. So otherwise the pujari would think, oh, where did Jagannath go? That's why Jagannath-ji manifested himself at that place. The pujari opened the door and he saw, oh, the shawl, the dupatta of Jagannath is not here, and everything is upside down. The pujari was scared. He was thinking, oh, what do I do in this situation? Maybe some thief has come and took the ornaments of my Thakurji, of Jagannath-ji. And what did he do? He he gave the message to Maharaj. And Maharaj has told, how? You have the key, but how can a thief go in? How? Even the key of the lock was at you, was with you. Then, oh, maybe you're listy because you have stolen your own. Maybe you've stolen your own and you're giving the fault to another person. And what did Pujari? The Pujari was put in the prison by the king. And then he was thinking, oh, this went the other way around. I did not do anything. And I don't know anything. I just saw this situation. I just told Maharaj, oh, this Thakurji Dupatta is not here. His shawl and his ornaments are not here. What did I do? What was my wrong in this? And he was thinking this. And this Maharaj, the Pujari, was staying in the prison and he was praying to Thakurji, oh, even if I have this prarabdha karma from previous life, this from sinful activities from previous life, even please, in this way I have come in the prison. But Thakurji came in that night in Maharaj's dream. He said, hey Murk, that Pujari did not do anything wrong. Nothing happened. No thief came in my mandir. Look, in the early morning today, in Brahmamurta time, that small girl was in the village. Very beautiful. She was singing this Gita Govinda. in the garden, and I went there to listen to this katha. And that pujari, he did the ganta, the making the sound, and then I came very quickly back, but my ornaments or everything stayed there, and even the ornaments are still there. So this pujari had not it's not any fault. This pujari, this give this pujari his seva back, otherwise I will annihilate everything. And Maharaj saw this and got scared. And at the same time, with this pujari, he brought this pujari back to the Jagannath seva, and in beautiful way they decorated Jagannath again. And why I'm saying this Gita Govinda is so high level grantha, scripture, that fulfilled with rus, sweetness. And that katha which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his separation mood, he's doing this kirtan. Like Swarup Damodara Ramananda, and they telling this Harikatha to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and when Mahaprabhu is hearing this, then he goes into bhav in a certain mood. How deep this is, how sundar, how beautiful this Gita Govinda is. And this Gita Govinda, gives actually a higher meaning, higher katha. The Prana Prishta Sakhis, the very dearmost Sakhis of Lalita Vishaka, they're talking about this Sakhis. Because of the Ahituki Kripa, the causeless mercy of Srimati Mahaprabhu, he had given this Manjari Bhav, Manjari Katha. Before Mahaprabhu has came into this world, no Acharya had ever described this Manjari Bhav, Manjari Katha had been given. But our Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, had came just and relished himself this Manjari Bhav and distributed in this world. This Manjari Bhav, the greatness of this Manjari Bhav, in this very Gaudiya Vaishnava, this is the very exceptional thing. In other sampradayas, you will not find this Manjari Bhav Katha, because we are listening, we can hear about Sakhis, Kathas in other sampradayas, Lalita Vishaka's Katha, but Manjari's Bhav Katha, they do not know. This is the the very greatness of and the exceptional things which have been given by our Gaudiya Vaishnava line. How to do this seva for Radha-Govinda. Yesterday I told how did Rupa Goswami with Rati Manjari did this seva, what kind of mood they experienced, what kind of sweetness, madhurya they experienced. That where that in this way it's being told that Krishna, when he's touching Srimati Radhika, at that time the mood which Radharani is feeling is being reflected in the heart of the Manjaris. So the feeling that Radharani experiences is reflected in the heart of the Manjaris. And Rup Manjari, Raghunath Goswami in Vilak Manjali Grantha, he's glorifying this in the first shloka. Hey Rupa Manjari, in Braj, you are very truthful, and you have not even looked to another man, his face, from your own husband. You do not even think of other men. Who's saying this? Rati Manjari. Rati Manjari is saying this to Rup Manjari. That, hey, Rup Manjari, you are so chaste in Braj. You are so chaste. You don't even look to other Purush, to other men. Even in your dreams, you're not thinking about them. This I know. But I know another thing. That that today, your Patideo, your husband, is not in your house today. He went out for do some work very far. This is very, but what's happening? It is um, this is very strange that some red color is on your lips. And how come this color came on your lips? And in this way, it looks like some sukpakshi, some parrots had saw this, saw your lips, and was thinking, oh, maybe this is one ripe fruit, anar fruit. And the anar, what's the English word for anar? Yeah, grenade apple. Pomegranate, yes. And this, the red color of your lips, this parrot maybe thinks, oh, how beautiful. This must be a very ripe pomegranate. And at that time, this parrot came and kissed your lips, and there, with his back, he had cut you in this way. But what is the artha? What is the meaning about this? Behind this? That beautiful lips, the beautiful face, for sure Krishna had come in a parrot form and gave you a kiss. And the consideration is being given here that the greatness of these manjaris, they are never meeting with Krishna alone. But these manjaris, they very, very carefully, they the manjaris are very careful because they know, oh, this Krishna is very tricky, because sometimes he's very he creates a list. He's very tricky. And this manjari, they know, oh, when I come near to Krishna, I'll be very careful. Just like fire is burning, then how are you going towards the fire? Very carefully, because if there's a wind, then some sparks of the fire are coming on your clothes, and then it will burn. And the fire is burning, and because of the wind, there are some sparks coming. And there, if you stand there, then you'll be burnt. Your clothes will catch fire. And in this way, the manjaris are approaching Krishna very carefully. And Krishna, the manjaris are doing the seva. And along with the seva, they are very thoughtfully and very carefully. Because Krishna's Chalkapat, he's very tricky. And that Krishna, sometimes he's doing upside down, or sometimes he's very tricky. And these manjaris, they are not meeting with Krishna alone. And they're not meeting with Krishna in there. And they also don't have the impression of this, how this is. Actually, I'm saying this, but what to say, but maybe you will not understand this, what I'm saying. And Radha-ji, what is she doing? She's giving a test to these manjaris. And she's doing like this. Govinda, you go and hide there in that garden where my manjari is coming to pick some flowers. And you will try to seduce this manjari. So Radha-ji is testing these manjaris. And what does she do? Krishna has been hidden in this garden where all manjaris come with and are very lovingly picking the flowers there. And what happens? And Krishna's catching their angel and say, oh, what are you doing? Come with me. But the manjaris, they say, hey Govinda, never say this. again. Please don't say these words. Because, and then Radhaji, hey Radha, they look at this Radha, hey Dush, this Krishna, this tricky Krishna, I don't want to. And Radhaji's watching and laughing because this Manjari, and what's happening? This Manjari are crying. Oh, hey Radha, why you don't protect me? Why are you laughing? Save me from this chokapat Krishna, from this tricky Krishna. And that Manjaris are praying to Shrimati Radhika's lotus feet, and their Ekantika Nishtha, this Radha Nishtha, Radharani is seeing this Radha Nishtha, this one-pointed Nishtha towards Radharani. And then Radharani is saying to Krishna, hey, hey dear most Govinda, please don't harass my Manjaris anymore. And our Acharya Path are describing so beautifully that how this Manjaris, how their Nishtha, how their behalf is, that Radhaji herself is testing them, whether they have this Aikantika Nishtha, this one-pointed Nishtha, this firm faith. And what is the greatness of this Manjaris? This is this Aikantika Nishtha. What did I say? Aikantika Nishtha. And they will never leave, beside Radharani, they will not have Nishtha in anyone else. They only have this Radha Nishtha, and this Manjaris, this is their greatness. Because our Acharya, Rup Goswami Pad, has described 3 kinds of Nishtha. What kinds of Nishtha? First is Krishna Nishtha, towards Krishna. That Krishna Nishtha Sukhis, just like Vrinda, the Nishtha Devi, Vrinda Devi, they are Krishna Nishtha Sakhis. And Vrinda Devi is doing seva for both. Like her seva in Nishanta Lila, she's doing Radha and Govinda seva in the very deep Leelas. She's manifesting there, and she's doing the seva. Vrinda Devi is very. And this Vrinda Devi, she's manifesting these kunjas, she's manifesting everything Vrindavan Dham. She's creating everything so beautifully. And she became like a messenger of Krishna and came with the message to Radharani. And this Vrinda Devi, she has many types of seva. And in the Shanta Lila, Vrinda Devi, she manifests one very beautiful Madhurya path, and she is Krishna Paksha. Her bhav, her mood is towards Krishna. Just lean towards Krishna. This is why she's called Krishna Paksha. So she's leaning towards Krishna. Another type of Nishtha is like neutral Nishtha towards Radharani and both. So this is neutral Samas Nishtha. Like the 8 Sakhis, they have both towards Radharani and towards Krishna. And the third type of Nishtha, the third type is only towards Radharani, Radha Nishtha. No one besides Radharani. This is Manjari Nishtha. The Manjari have this Radha Nishtha. And Kaviraj Das Goswami in Astakalya Lila, he's describing that Brahma, Devatas, they want to relish this very rare prem. And there's only one way to relish this prem. Just become Radha Nishtha. Then it's possible. Otherwise, it's impossible to experience this. If someone wants to enter the Shringaras, the Shamras, what is the meaning of this word? Shringaras. And in the Shringaras, the very great, the greatness of this seva bhav, which is manifesting there, then what do you have to do? What do you have to do? You have to be one pointed towards Radharani, towards Srimati Radhika's lotus feet. This is called Radhanishta, to enter in these deep pastimes. And the second thing is, you have to be an inhabitant of Vrindavan. Vrinda, you have to be an inhabitant of Vrindavan. You have to manifest there. Even if you cannot be with your body there, in mind you have to be Vrindavan. You have to live in Vrindavan. Even though you cannot be there with your body, in mind you have to be in Vrindavan. But both of them, most of the time, don't happen. You have to do. The third thing which you have to do is take shelter of Rasik Vaishnavas. And here the Radha-Govinda-madhurya Harikatha with enthusiasm and abhis. Eagerness and absorb in this. Abhis means absorption. And with eagerness you have to listen to this Harikatha. And you have to see, if you didn't get the opportunity to listen Harikatha, how can you remember the Leelas? Then how will you remember this? How will you meditate on these Leelas? And this is why this is the greatness of the Kathas. Like this? Okay. Go to that Rasik Vaishnavas, sit and hear from them this Radha-Govinda-madhurya Katha. Just like yesterday I told about, what did I say? What did I tell? About the Shanta Lila. I had showed you some glimpse of this. The end of Nishanta Lila, the end of 9th, in this Nishanta Lila Katha, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is describing this in Bhajana-rahasya in very beautiful form. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying in a very beautiful way, he's giving this sundar bhavas, this very beautiful moods, just like the whole ocean is put into one water pot. Take it out. Radha-Govinda in Sringaras, there's this Vishesh Bhumi. What is Bhumi? Bhumi is, what did I say? The role. Just like in a play, there is a role, like a heroine. This Vrindavan Devi, Vrinda Devi, she is playing this role in this Astakanya Lila. And her role is being said that it's Sarva Uttama, this the highest, the very highest role to which she's taking. And she's showing this. And with her Sakhis, with the Manjaris who are there, they're serving Radha-Govinda in this Nikunja setting, in this Nikunja. Srila Raghunatha Goswami is describing this, that how this Manjari Seva is, what is the very specialty, the highest. They're giving this tambula, the tambula arpan, they're giving this pan leaf. And when Radha-Govinda were tired, then what did they do? How they are massaging Radhaji's lotus feet when they're tired of their pastimes. Payodan, what does it mean? At that time, very fragrant water. They're giving them this to drink. And what do they more? When Radhaji is going to meet her Pran Priyatam Govinda, At that time, some manjaris, one or two manjaris, just not many manjaris she's taking. When she's taking a lot of manjaris, then some many noise will come. But very peacefully, very quietly, and with, with some manjaris she's taking, and Radhaji is going. And with that manjaris, what does Radhaji do? She's holding their shoulders with her hands and is walking there. When she's going to meet with Govinda, how many paths are manifesting there? She's thinking, oh, what will I say to Govinda? What will I feel? What path I will manifest? Just like one person is going somewhere, then just like yes, when someone goes to a special festival or occasion, they take a lot of beautiful things with them. And in Skandadesh, in that part, it's being described. Raghunath Goswami Path describes there very beautifully. What does he say? He said, Radhaji, in the Madhu Mas, in the month of Madhu, at Purnima, Chaitamas, after Kalguni, Chaitamas will come. This is this month. It's not hot and it's not cold. It's very nice. It's not too hot, not too cold. It's very nice temperature. And this Madhu Mangal are giving the breeze. It's like a very nice breeze. And this Radhaji is going to meet her Pran Govinda. And many bhavs are manifesting. Because she's going to meet her dear most Govinda. What kinds of bhavs are manifesting there? Unlimited form types. This decorated with these bhavs. Radhaji is walking there. And sometimes when walking, then on the way, she saw one tree. And there, just like standing there with two branches. Not many leaves. And when Radhaji sees this, she's scared. She's thinking, oh, somebody's standing here. Radhaji turns around and the Sakhi say, oh, Radhaji, what's happening? Oh, maybe some person is standing here. Don't you see this? I'm going there. Oh, Sakhis, they're saying, no, no, no. This is just a tree. And Radhaji, she becomes ashamed and she walks further. And in this way, there are 8 types of Nayika, of roles that Radhaji is taking. These are the different roles Gurudev is telling me. With so many beautiful paths. And the Radhaji, today we went to Radha-Kund, and who is listening, who is saying all these beautiful places of pastimes. And in this way, this Radhaji is going to meet her dear most Govinda, and in her body there are many kinds of bhav, like decorations, like alankar, because she is going to meet Govinda today, and she's manifesting all these types of bhavs, moods from her heart, because she's presenting these jewels of her heart to Govinda, and she comes at that kunja, because Vrinda Devi has made a very special kunja for Radha Krishna's meeting place. And in this transcendental world, there's this very beautiful kunja. And what is the name of this kunja? Harit Kunja. Keshav Kunja is also one name. Because where will I meet Govinda today? Oh, Sakhis. And they will know. Let Krishna give some hints also. Hints. He's pointing out. Sometimes Krishna is touching his head with his hair, and then he's pointing out, just to put it he's putting his hair, like he's touching his hair, and then the Sikhs know, oh, today Govinda will meet us today at Keshav Kunja. Keshav is the Sanskrit word for hair. Keshav Kunja. So they know, oh, Krishna will meet us today there at Keshav Kunja. In this way, transcendental things are happening. And why I'm saying this? Because Vishnu Chakravarti Path has glorified this. Then Radhaji went to that kunja and there to meet Krishna there. And Krishna was sitting there before in the kunja and waiting for Radhaji to come. And Gurudev told, there's this Braj word for this, with his eyes. Srila Gurudev is using some word for this. And how will this Radha Krishna Milan meeting will take place? And at some time that to see Radha Krishna, they feel very enthusiastic. They are encouraged to meet Krishna. So Sakhis are saying to Radharani, they're saying, oh, why are you meeting some Kali person? I don't have any relationship with him. We're going from there. That Rukushanapat is describing this, that Radhaji is decorated very beautifully to meet her and Govinda. But when she comes out, when he's coming out from the kunja to welcome with Pulukandala, with flowers of garlands, he's coming to welcome Srimati Radhika, and the Sakhis are seeing this, and what they are saying, oh, Radhaji, but Radhaji is doing man, went into man. And then Sakhis are telling, oh, Radhaji, why are you doing? And Radharani is saying, oh, what am I doing here? Please take me home. But the Manjaris are saying, oh, hey, Radhe, why? You are so eager to meet him, to meet Krishna. And the Manjaris, what are they doing? They're taking Radharani and make her meet with Krishna. In this way, there are many types of moods. And in this Bhajana-rahasya Grantha, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is describing how a sadhak, a spiritual practitioner, has to remember all these leelas. Narottam Das Thakur is describing in his Prem Bhakti Chandrika Grantha that what is the Vaishishta from Rag Bhajan, that you can remember the leelas. The greatness is lila-smarana is very important. And this is why it's being said that Sukadeva Goswami Pad is saying to Parikshit Maharaj, hey Maharaj, lila-smarana, whatever I've told you, Sukadeva Goswami is telling Parikshit Maharaj, whatever if I told you all the essence, what of all the kathas is this? What is the essence of all kathas which I told you? This lila-smarana, this remembrance of pastimes. And Radhaji, what is the greatness of the Raganuga Bhajan is the remembrance of the Leelas. In Vaidhi Mark, in the rules and regulative line, the Tattva Siddhanta, the rules and regulations are very prominent. And the first step you have to see, before you take the second step, oh, can I do this or can I not? Is it proper or not proper? But Ragatmika sadhakas, what do? They practice smaran. They practice remembrance of the beautiful leelas. And this lila-kathas. I'm not saying this, Gurudev is telling. This is, Tattva Siddhanta is not necessary. I'm not saying that Tattva Siddhanta is not necessary, Gurudev is telling. This is necessary. You have to know Tattva Siddhanta, but still you have to enter into beautiful leelas. And the more you have taste for Harikatha, the most you have taste for these lilas, in that way you will enter into Braj Rag Bhakti. Because this Asakaliya Lila, you have to be immersed in this, dive into this. And if you, how will you otherwise calm your mind down? How will you calm your mind? By Tattva Siddhanta, you are calming your mind down. So this is the first step, knowing Tattva Siddhanta. By Tattva Siddhanta, if you're entering into this, Krishna Tattva, Jiva Tattva, Maya Tattva, Bhakti Tattva, Prema Tattva, all these tattvas, all the spiritual truths, you have to enter into this. Just like, what's Shraddha? What's the meaning of that? What is Bhakti? You have to know all of this. It's not like this, oh, Maharaj told, oh, I just have to listen to Smaran the Leelas. The question is coming, how we need Tattva Gyan to enter. If you don't have Tattva Gyan, then you'll become a Sahajya. Just only, like just for example, if you're cooking rice, how much ingredients you have to know very exactly how much water to put in the rice to cook the rice. Otherwise, it will become kheer if you put too much water. This rice, how is it being cooked properly? How do you have to? What kind of things you have to do? This you have to learn. The way to cook rice, not just to put hot water into the rice and then leave it. You have to know how much water, how much rice you have to do. You have to know all of this and how much water the rice is taking. This you have to know. Otherwise, the rice will become dry and be burnt. How long you have to leave it on the stove, on the heat, fire. In this way, in Vaidhi Marga, you have to enter into this, and slowly you enter into Rag Bhakti, Raganunga Bhakti. And in Rag Marga, this is the path of Rag. So it's not like this that I have to be completely immersed in Tattva Gyan and then after I can enter into Rag Marg. This is not a thing. This has to be simultaneously, Gurudev is telling. In the same way, the Tattva Gyan has to be there, and the same way lila-smarana, remembering the pastimes, sweet pastimes. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, and every jewel is giving, like in every shloka, he is giving this Tattva Siddhanta, but also the pastimes. So many shlokas are there how to do Nam Bhajan, how to achieve Navadvipa-Dhama. And in the end, he's describing this Nishanta Lila, the glories of this. And this second Shikshastikam Shloka Nam Namakara Bharat. And in the end, in the Govinda Lila Grantha, in every chapter there is a very beautiful Lila. So there's Tattva Siddhanta and there's lila-smarana also. This is why this Bhajana-rahasya Grantha, step by step, Shraddha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritta, Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhav, Prem. And there's this meeting and viraha, this meeting and separation, vipralamba, separation. So many kinds of bhavs, moods are manifesting in the hearts. That if in someone's heart this bhav has manifested, then you have external symptoms, 9 types of external symptoms. If this bhav is manifesting in someone's heart. This bhav has been described. What kind of symptoms are there? These external symptoms. Bhagavad Prapti Lanch Anukulya Mai Chista. Bhagavad Prapti, the more you have, there are already the Lakshans is the qualities also. That how people are crying day and night, praying night. Oh, when can I get Prabhu's darshan? And how they are in this shloka, it's being told that Bhagavan's Amrit Katha, this lilas, is full of nectar, lilas, the pastimes which are full of nectar, and how are these devotees which has reached this highest stage of devotion, how they are manifesting the symptoms and crying by hearing this lilas kathas. That how Krishna's lilas, when they start to sing and tell the kirtan very beautifully. Coming back to the yes. How beautiful these Madhurya bhavs are manifesting and crying in feelings of separation. These high-level devotees are remembering these lilas. In this way, the sadhakas, the kinds of lilas they are remembering, that kinds of symptoms, the bhavs are manifesting in their hearts. Sometimes they're laughing and sometimes they're crying. Sometimes they're saying ha ha. Sometimes they're laughing like this. And how? Ha, why are they doing this ha ha? Because they are remembering that kind of lila also. At one time, one gopi in the Brahma Murta very early morning time, she was Dadimantan, churning milk. And what did she do? She turned the yogurt and she was turning the milk and making this makhan. She was churning and she was thinking, oh, I will offer this to Govinda today. And she was doing this beautiful kirtan of Govinda. They're singing this kirtan. This anurag, with their anurag, it's manifesting their kirtan, and they're meditating, they're thinking of this, and they're churning the yogurt. And Govinda is thinking, oh, Bhagwan, what is his greatness that if you even utter one time his holy name, he will manifest there. This is his greatness. This is why it's being said. The gopis with anurag, with this deep love which they have, they're performing this kirtan. And the gopis are thinking, oh, I'll put this makhan into a pot and I will hang it on the ceiling. Chicken. I will hang it on the ceiling with beautiful makhan pots. Makhan very beautifully. And they're thinking, oh, the water in my house is finished, so I'll go to fetch some water. And they're telling their mother-in-law, hey, this Nanda Lala, this son of Nanda Maharaj, is not Nanda's son. He's actually Nanda Bhoot, which is a ghost, actually. So please see where he's coming from and going. So please see that he does not come. And then they're saying, this says, you have to be here, mother-in-law, and wait here with a stick. And wait until, if this Nanda come, so if Krishna will come, then you have to hit him with a stick. And the old lady is saying, oh, it's good, go. Fetch some water from the Jamuna and I will sit here. And she's sitting in the doorstep. She's sitting there, where above her, this makhan is being hanged. And there Govinda's thinking, oh, for me she made some makhan, then why did she hang it on the ceiling? Am I not going to eat this? Together with the sakas. He came, and the old woman, when it's evening, becoming evening time, yeah, they can't see properly in the evening time. So what does she know? It's already evening time because pain in the evening time. There are many pains in the body, and in Braj, everybody's chanting Govinda-Dhama. In the one hand the stick, and the other hand she chants. She has this japamala, and she's chanting these names. That old lady, she was chanting Krishna's names. Everybody's chanting their Govinda-Dhama Dharmadveti. Hey Govinda. This old lady, this mother-in-law, is sitting there, and she's sitting there with a stick and holding japamala in the other. And in not in all the houses, the mother-in-law is good with the bahu, with the daughter-in-law. Sometimes the daughter-in-law is above the mother-in-law, and sometimes the mother-in-law is above the daughter-in-law. There are different relationships. So, in one hand, the mother-in-law had the japamala, and in the other hand, she had the stick. And because she was chanting holy names, Govinda-Dhama Dharmadveti, and that this way she fell a little bit asleep. And then Krishna was thinking, oh, this is my chance. And when she fell a little bit asleep, then Krishna very quickly came with his dupatta, and with his dupatta he closed the eyes of the burya, of the old lady. And what did she do? And with a rope, he had tied her feet and also tied her hands. And the burya, what she can do? Her hands are tied, her feet are tied, she cannot see anything. And what happened? And Krishna is very expert in this. And one Sakha was sitting down, like a horse is sitting on his knees, and Krishna and 1, 2, 3, 4 Sakhas are on top of each other, and Krishna's climbing on this. And this very quickly, and Govinda is no less, no. They are getting training from Govinda. He's not less than a magician even. And one Sakha on top of the other Sakha, on top of the other Sakha, and then very quickly, Govinda's climbing. That makan, they're taking this makan, and all of them, they're eating and distributing amongst each other. And this, they're thinking, what is the, what is the use of an empty pot? They throw it on the Goudiya. Oh, they took the stick and broke it. And the hand, they untied the lady, and they saw the Sas is looking, and she sees, oh, my stick is laying there, my makan is on the ground, and Krishna is not less. What did she do? She before untying, he puts on her face the makan. Just then the daughter is coming, and she's saying, oh, Buddha, why did you take the makan? Because all the makan is on her face. And I told you just have to be like a guard here. If Nanda, son, the ghost Krishna will come, but you yourself ate this makan. And this Buddha said, oh, no. Then why it's on your mouth? Why it's on your mouth, the makan? The daughter-in-law says. In this way, so sweet, Katha. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't. Nobody ever knows what the Buddha, what the sister mother-in-law had done or not. But she's thinking, oh, in her mind, oh, what kind of life? I have this fruit that today I haven't eaten, but it's on my mouth. And sadhak is Chintan is remembering this, a spiritual practitioner is remembering this and laughing. And that's why it said, listen and remember these leelas. In ultimate, you will experience this. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, oh, chant holy names and remember the leelas. Narottam Das Thakur is saying, let go, take shelter of rasika Vaishnavas and remember Govinda's leelas. Chant the leelas, the kirtan of them, and remember. And in this every lifetime, what happens? Just in this lifetime, you will. Have you ever listen to Sarikata? No? Okay, I will. Okay, there was a very rich person. Okay, those persons who had never heard this Harikatha, please listen very carefully. That KeshavJee was a very rich person, and he was distributing the wealth, but without interest. He said, oh, you do one thing, you just write down that if you cannot repay in this birth, in the next birth you have to repay. Oh, and one day a thief came and he said, oh, this is very good. You know, I will take 5,000 rupees. And you take this. And that minister, he was writing down, and he said, oh, are you going to return in this lifetime or another lifetime? And the chore, the thief, he wasn't about to return, so he told, oh, in another lifetime. But he was thinking in his mind, oh, this rich man, he has a lot of wealth in his safe. You know what I will do? In nighttime, I will come and take everything from him. And he went there. That thief came in nighttime. And what did he do? There's a big stable where the cows were. Oh, he went to the stable where the cows were, and what happened there? That Chor, he knew the language of the animals, and the first one said to the another one, "Where are you from?" "Oh, just from here, from another." And then he said that. Then the Chor asked him. The thief said, "How come you become this animal?" And then he said, "Oh, in my previous lifetime, I took some money from the Sergi, and I have to repay in this bird, in the form of a cow, and give him the milk." And in this way, he had to pay his debt. And in this way, we have to remember Lila's Katha. And one day, ultimately, we will get Govinda's darshan.
Jai. Jai Sri Radhe. Jai Srila Gurudev.
Tomorrow we're going Ekachakra with a bus, and after Harikatha we will go there. You can sit in the bus, and we will have darshan tomorrow. And that person who wants to go to Puri also can give their names.
Ki Jai. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Jai.